At the beginning of the story, we see a young woman named Kimberly driving her car toward the forests of West Virginia.
She is heading there to participate in a reality show and is talking on the phone with her manager, who is guiding her with directions. After driving for some time,
She reaches a fork in the road and becomes confused about which path to take. Her manager tells her to follow the route mentioned on a paper, which leads toward an old factory road. As soon as Kimberly takes that road, the call suddenly drops because there is no signal in the area. Moments later, a man violently crashes into her car. Shocked and terrified, Kimberly steps out to check on him, praying that he is still alive. Her prayer is answered. The man is breathing. But as she leans closer, he suddenly attacks her and brutally bites off her lips. Screaming in pain, she tries to escape, but another man appears in front of her. It is Three Finger. He captures Kimberly and mercilessly splits her body into two pieces. The two cannibals then carry away her remains. The scene shifts to a retired colonel named Dale Murphy,
who is hosting a survival reality show in the West Virginia called Apocalypse. Several contestants are participating, including Kimberly, though she never makes it to the set because she has already fallen victim to the cannibals.
We meet Michael, the director of the show. Since Kimberly is missing, he decides to continue filming without her and convinces producer Mara to step in as the sixth contestant. Cameras are installed all over the forest and attached to the participants to capture everything live.
The show begins, and Dale assigns strange survival tasks, dividing contestants into teams and sending them into the forest to find food. Meanwhile, hidden camera footage inside the RV shows contestant Neil using the toilet when Three Finger suddenly appears behind him and slits his throat.
Dale, while setting up a challenge, notices that his vehicle tire has been punctured by an arrow. He is attacked, but manages to fight back, stabbing Three Finger in the chest. However, another cannibal appears from behind and knocks him unconscious.
Elsewhere, Michael tries to push the show beyond survival themes for higher ratings, but contestant Jake refuses, saying his family is watching. Elena, wanting more screen time, flirts with Michael to gain attention.
Nina and Mara are assigned a river task. Mara completes it, but discovers Michael and Elena together, realizing she has been used. Heartbroken, she breaks down. Amber and Jones find what appears to be barbecue in the woods, thinking it is part of the challenge. Meanwhile, Nina discovers a strange house while searching for help. Inside, she and Mara see disturbing family photos. Suddenly, a mutant mother and daughter enter. The mother, who is pregnant, goes into labor, and the daughter helps deliver a horribly deformed baby.
The mutants discover Nina and Mara. The girls barely escape through a bathroom window. While running, Mara is struck in the head with an axe thrown by the mutant father. Nina escapes and hides, while the mutant family mutilates Mara's body.
Michael later discovers that the production van is being driven by the mutant parents. They capture and brutally beat him. Back at the camp, Nina warns the others about the cannibals. Amber suddenly notices a tattoo on the barbecue meat they had been eating. It belongs to Kimberly. They realize in horror that they had been eating her flesh.
Panic spreads, and the remaining contestants decide to flee toward the old paper mill. Dale, regaining consciousness, finds the mutant family's house and encounters Maynard.
The gas station owner from the first film, Maynard reveals that the mutants are products of inbreeding and chemical waste from the paper mill. When he learns that Three Finger has been killed, he attacks Dale, revealing that Three Finger was his son. Dale uses dynamite to kill Maynard in a massive explosion.
The surviving contestants attempt to reach the mill. Amber and Jones fall into a trap and are killed with arrows by the mutant father and son. Nina, who earlier behaved selfishly, gets trapped in a pit. Jake returns to save her, despite everything. They eventually reach the paper mill, where they find countless abandoned vehicles and signs of many previous victims.
Inside an RV, they hear Michael screaming. When Jake investigates, he sees the mutant mother brutally killing Michael on live camera. It becomes clear that the entire setup was a trap.
Nina and Jake are captured and tied up at a dining table. The mutant family prepares for dinner, praying before eating. The son forcefully feeds Nina human flesh. It is revealed that the factory itself is their home. Dale arrives and sets traps, killing the mutant brother and sister with dynamite. He frees Nina and Jake. However, the mutant parents return and, enraged by their children's deaths, attack violently. The father shoots arrows at Dale, while the mother strangles him with a chain, killing him.
Nina and Jake attempt to escape. Jake is dragged toward a grinder machine. In a desperate struggle, he pushes the mutant father into the grinder, severing his arm. The mother pulls him out, but Nina activates a lever that sends a massive log crashing into them, throwing both parents into the grinder, tearing them apart.
Nina and Jake finally escape in a car. In the final scene, we see that Three Finger is still alive. He is feeding a deformed baby with Mara's severed finger. And with this disturbing revelation, the story comes to an end.